Just went to a local comic book shop. The place has been there for years. It was called Keith's Comics in Elyria. And I was like, I gotta stop, got a local, got a shop. Hopefully they have a discount bin. Took in like $3 at the time. And I walk in there and it's different than I remember. I'd gone there around, I don't know, maybe around like, it's been over 5 years. I went in there and I didn't see what I was looking for. Didn't look like my local uh, uh, trade paperbacks down in Columbus on a high street. And not exactly like the half-price bookstore. So I was like, whatever, I'm not coming here. Well, now we're in November 2021, and I'm like, okay, let's just go in. Let's stop. Let's see what they got. And a bunch of, there was two things. There were a couple things going on. Can't say two. One of them was that they have new selections, lots of new ones, and they have boxes and boxes of vintage comic books. They have backboards and sleeves and everything, not like at the Rat Mall, and a bunch of savages. But I couldn't find price tags, so I just kept looking around. Everything's new. I'm like, oh, I only came in here with $3. I didn't know I had to come in with so much. So there was one guy in there, one older guy, just like looking like he was just reading, and the employee or owner, could be Keith, I didn't introduce myself, and he was like, hey, you need anything? As I've gone around most of the room, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, I'm having a hard time finding your prices. And he's like, well, our discount bin's over there. And he's like, those ones, they're $1 each. And I was like, phew, thanks a lot. So I waddle my way over there and I start going through, and here are the two I bought. So it wasn't a really big selection, but it was a selection that was great enough for me. So I got Cable and X-Force #1, and of course I got El Lobo. And it was like the origin of Lobo. I'm like, great, this is going to be like the 5th comic I've read about the origin of Lobo. I can't wait to see how different the story is. Week 17, only 35 more to go. So I had to pick up Lobo, but I saw so many other ones that I wanted to get. And it came to $213, but he also gave me this Marvel catalog and this bookmark. And I think it's just amazing that there are still new comic books being made, and we should go appreciate it. So I'll have to go through the other comics another time. But let me just flip through this real quick, since showing all the cool things going on. So they still have all of my favorite comic book characters going, and they're not. This actually looks pretty cool. It actually makes me want to read comics. Why did I stop? Their comics are around $6 a piece. I remember back in like '94, it was like $1.50 at the Farmore, or the UDF, United Dairy Farmers. We had a UDF down on Sawmill Hard Road, and I'd be picking up some comics for like $1.50 there. My favorite, though, was at half-price bookstores. I'd buy like all these old comics for like 20 cents. I swear, one time it was like 5 for $1, right? That would be 5 for $1, 20 cents a piece. Boy, I just remember having better sales at half-price bookstores. I thought this was just, why are they doing Alien? Does that mean, is it it's 20th Century Fox, but I know that the best Alien ones were released by Dark Horse. Why did Disney take it back and make it Marvel? God, what doesn't Disney own? I remember there used to be laws of monopoly. I like Bell and AT&T used to get in so much trouble, and they had to be like split up and put into shape, but nobody's doing this with the Disney media. Sweet. X Lives of Wolverine #1. Adam. And this video turned a lot faster. Luckily, you guys can fast forward. Double tap 10 seconds. Double tap 10 seconds. As I gotten older, I just come to realize that commercials were where I would have the most fun. Seeing all these adverts, window shopping is where I would have the most, like, oh, this is so cool. Watching the kids in the commercials play with G.I. Joe toys. Oh, that's so awesome. And then I'd get them home and I'd be like, now what? And I hope this invokes that same type of curiosity and mystery. It's like, wow. So cool. Yeah, this, I would just like throw it aside. But now I'm like, you know what? This is a collector's item in itself. Okay. Thanks for joining me.